Hey guys, so you guys already know how I feel about iOS 16. In my opinion, this is one of the biggest and best updates to hit the iPhone in a very, very long time because Apple has targeted a lot of the things that many iPhone users have been wanting for quite some time with iOS 16. But as always, there's room for improvement. And in this video, I would like to talk about things that iOS 16 needs in order for Apple to continue this momentum to build upon a better user experience for users in iOS 16. So let's just get right into this video. Now, as always, if you would like to stay up to date with the latest iOS news and Apple software updates, of course, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you turn on those notifications so that you don't miss another episode. Now, the first thing I would like to talk about is the lock screen, because with iOS 16, of course, the lock screen received its biggest update ever. You can now add weather to the lock screen. You can now add widgets. You can have different setups. I mean, the customization options in iOS 16 for the lock screen are just awesome. The new 3D effects that you get with your clock, depending on your wallpaper, adding the weather. I think Apple did a fantastic job here with the lock screen in iOS 16. But as I mentioned, there's always room for improvement. So one thing Apple can do to improve the user experience is allow users to customize these shortcuts at the bottom of the screen. We have the flash, and of course, we also have the camera. There's no reason why users shouldn't be able to customize these extensions. I have a jailbroken iPhone here on iOS 14, and this device can do this. Right here, we have long press option, and we have two pre-selected options for this particular option on the left, and this shortcut on the right also has two options. Allow users to pick which shortcuts they would like to see on the bottom portion of their screen. I think this will make the lock screen an even better user experience for iOS 16 users on the iPhone. Let me know what you think about this one. Now, the next thing I would like to talk about is the actual home screen of iPhone. There's a few things I would like to see improved here. Number one, widgets, of course, should be interactive. So for example, I have a widget here that I can go ahead and turn off Wi-Fi if I wish to do so directly from the widget, or Bluetooth right there, or enable it or disable it right there. Even airplane mode can be enabled or disabled from this widget. So interactive widgets would be something that I would like to see within iOS 16 to further improve that user experience. Maybe different size widgets will also be something that many users would like to see. And I would also like to see a most recent applications folder on the bottom portion of the dock, similar to iPad. It would be very useful to see your most recent or maybe even your favorites. You can enable or disable this option from settings. That would be cool to see within iOS 16. Hopefully that will come with future updates. And one thing I've always wanted Apple to do was add a brand new application to the home screen to customize your Memoji. Now, Memojis, of course, you can build as many as you want. They're very interactive. You can go into photos and create your very own, or actually go into the phone application rather, and create your very own, or go into your contacts and create your very own, even in messages. But there isn't a standalone application to create and customize your Memoji. I think this is a much needed app for the home screen of iPhone, an app that specifically allows you to customize and create Memojis on your iPhone. Since Apple really went all out with this one, I think it's a must to see within iOS 16 or maybe even future software updates. Now, I'm going to go ahead and shift over into messages, because this year with messages, Apple has added some great new features. However, a lot of minor stuff that Apple can add in order to improve the user experience and give messages more of a personal feel. If we go into a conversation thread, maybe we have a group chat, maybe wallpapers for the background of that group chat or for your conversation threads will give your messages sort of a personalized experience, or maybe even customize the wallpaper or black background that you see here as well. Maybe even Apple wallpapers with a blurred background, because I know depending on the wallpaper, you won't be able to see your text and things like that. If Apple can just add a certain list of wallpapers with blur in the background, or add a blur to any wallpaper in order to be able to add this to your conversation threads, I think that would be nice. Nothing that is in any way useful, but it's just something that makes your iPhone's experience may feel more personal to you, in my opinion. Now, another thing I would like to see within messages is the ability to schedule a message. Maybe if you have a meeting, you can schedule a message to go out in a certain time to a particular person. That way you don't forget to send it. Or maybe a happy birthday wish, you can schedule that directly from messages. I would love to see that. Apple has done that already within the emails application. So within the email application in iOS 16, if we long press on the send button, we now have few options here, or we can schedule a message or an email here to go out at a particular day at a particular time. Bring the same UI to messages, and I'll be very, very happy with the messages in iOS 16. Now, last but not least, I would like to shift my attention over to the home screen of iPhone once again, because customizing the user experience within iOS 16 I think would be very, very cool and will benefit Apple and developers very much so, because if Apple allows you to change the home screen look of the icons, I think Apple can create a very own theme store for users and developers to sell their themes and users to download and implement these onto their iPhone. We've been doing this on iPhones for years. You guys already know, as you can see right there, in a few seconds I went ahead and enabled and disabled this particular theme on the iPhone, and it's something that's very simple. I think it'll be another revenue stream for certain designers and developers, and it will benefit Apple and users in the long run. When Apple sort of allowed this to be done with shortcuts with iOS 16, it blew up. So I think a theme store would be awesome in order to give users a more personal, customizable experience on iPhone. And now there's many things. I would probably make another video on this as well down the road. Let me know if there's anything you would like to see Apple add or that you think iOS 16 needs in order to improve and build upon the momentum of iOS 16. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.